What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm going to try to tackle one of the biggest issues I've had with this Rubicon 392. So as many of you guys probably remember, we installed the JL Taser Mini probably about 6 months ago now. And the biggest reason I wanted to install it was to get the two-wheel drive capabilities out of this all-time four-wheel drive Rubicon 392. Now since I have installed it, I've ran into quite a few different issues, and it all seems like little issues that could be caused by old firmware. So on the JL Taser Mini, whenever I got it, I didn't do the update or anything like that. And they do recommend to do the full software update to make sure you've got the latest version before you install it. I didn't do it, I just skipped it and plugged it right in. So I'm hoping that may be what's causing some of the issues, like the battery draining itself. As many of you have seen in previous videos, I'll come out here and it's just dead. And some other weird things like my blind spot monitor's not actually working with the new Oracle taillights. Not sure why that's not working, because we have done a full reset, we've done multiple reboots, sleep cycles, so I'm really just counting on the firmware being out of date. And even aside from that, we can't get the Rubicon 392 display to pop up on the dash, so what I'm thinking is this is just a really old firmware that's in it. So I'm going to go ahead, unplug it, and then we'll plug it up to the computer, download the new software, and see if it fixes it. So if you haven't watched my install video on the JL Taser Mini, go back and check that out. I go over all the features and pretty much all the capabilities that this little module gives you, little programmer, and you can see that it's actually just plugged in into some basic wires right here. Now, for the update, I watched a couple videos to see exactly how they did it, and everyone's just unplugging it. So I'm just going to go ahead and unplug this and take it into the house. I hope that doesn't cause any issues, but we will find out. So what you'll see here is I do have the adapter, that way we can plug in the USB. I've got the USB cord that it came with, and then I've also got my original box and the codes just in case we need them right here. But it's pretty simple and straightforward as far as I can tell. So we're just going to go right over to Z Automotive, and it should be a pretty straightforward process to actually download this. It's going to be under support. We'll go to firmware updates, and for this one it is the Taser JL Mini, and it's the same as the one for the light. Let's see if we can just do the direct app. Open it. So we downloaded the direct app, so I'm just simply going to plug this in, and you should see the light start flashing. Then it should be able to read it right here, and I'm just going to click update, scanning, found. Let's see if it'll pop everything up. So it shows that we're on version 11.3.7, so that is an older version. And you can see right here that we can do an automatic update, or we could also do manual update right here too, which an automatic update is apparently supposed to be easier. You can tell it's JL Taser and it's married, and then it shows the version that we're on. And you are able to unmarry from this as well. But we've already got the new firmware selected, and for the info, so it's just saying it adds a bunch of more features and it fixes a few things. So let's go ahead and click install firmware. And apparently this part will take a minute. So it's already downloaded here, and now it's just doing its verification at the end. And just keep in mind, if you guys are going to go through the same process of actually updating your Taser, then don't try to worry about downloading all the different stuff. Just go to the direct app. It's got that link there. This app so far has actually been working pretty well. Can't complain with that. So we'll see here soon as it gets done verifying, see if we need to do anything else. Then we can plug it back up and see what new features we have, and basically just go through it, and then we'll actually do another reboot and a couple sleep cycles to make sure everything's keyed in. So as you can see here, it is all done with the update. You can see the newest version is the 11.4.4, and you can see that's what version we're on right now. Looks like everything's good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug the unit. We'll plug it back in the Jeep and see if it fixes some of our problems and also gives us some new features. And just to be 100% transparent with you guys, literally every time I do this, whether I'm actually tuning the car, just doing a simple programmer or anything like that, I fully expect the Jeep to never work again. But inevitably, so far, I've had no major issues with anything like this, especially from the JL Taser. I've had some smaller issues like I've stated plenty of times before, but nothing that's brought up a big enough concern for me to really take it out or anything like that. So for now, let's just put it in run and see what we've got going on. So we're going to go down to option 7 for audio and scroll through here. Got the light show, the codes, clear the codes, unmarry, preferences, TPMS, radio, lighting, off-road, other, and it shows the new firmware. So it is the 11.4.4. Shows the serial number, of course, and you can unmarry, and you can also do the full reboot. I believe what I'm going to do right now is check through some of the off-road and see, and the preferences here, and just see what we've got. Got my tire size set at 37.98. Got the gear ratio set to stock steel. Same for the transfer case. And that's it for that. Let's see if we've got the Rubicon 392. Nope, still don't have the Rubicon 392, which is strange. I'm thinking I want to do a full reboot anyway, just to make sure everything's good to go. I don't know if you should or not, but I'm going to, and see if that changes anything. So I'm going to switch the ignition to off. I'm going to open the door, shut the door, let everything turn off. And now that everything is off, I'm going to put it back into the run position. Then after it gives me all the alerts for stuff that is turned off, turn it back off again, open the door, shut the door and let everything shut down. Then we're going to start it up. And we're going to start it up. So force rear wheel drive is on. So it is looking like we should be all good to go. I'm going to at least drive it down the road here shortly. Need to go ahead and spray this thing off, and we'll see how it actually does, see if anything is actually messed up or if it's all good to go now. Well, I just sprayed it off, and I have already drove here, obviously, and everything seems to be working really well so far. I haven't ran into any weird issues. I wanted to see right here if it's going to save that I had the forced rear wheel drive on. It does keep saying that my battery is charging, so aux switches are unavailable. It did save my selection for the forced rear wheel drive. So I guess everything does seem to be working correctly, and I still need to replace my battery. I swear this happens every time I wash a car. We did get this in the mail today. I believe it is a part that we're looking for the Grand Cherokee. If you watched my last video, it was missing something from the factory, but we need to open it up and see if that is exactly what it is. So it is exactly what I thought it would be. We've got our little nozzle to go to our filler reservoir, and we've also got a clip in there just to hold it tight. It was missing both of them from the factory, and we've got the clip. Well, everything seems to be working really well for right now. Of course, we still have the issue with the battery. I'm not sure what's going on. It loses charge. I haven't had to jump it off in a while. I have noticed that if I lock the vehicle, it must kind of counteract whatever kind of parasitic draw we do have, because whenever I keep it locked, sure, the battery may drop a little bit to where it gives me that message saying that the aux switches aren't available until I drive it for just a minute, but it always starts. It doesn't have any issues. So something really strange. I need to just go get a battery. But as for the JL Taser Mini, the update was extremely easy to do, and obviously whenever you just unplug it, download the new firmware, it's really as simple as that. I thought it was going to be a few extra steps to the process. Finding the right page on their site, use the application, don't try to download it. That just doesn't work well, at least on OS products. So on the MacBooks, anything like that, it's not going to work as well. But now we know how to do it, so whenever they come out with new updates in the future, we'll be able to do it pretty easily. But that's going to do it for today, guys. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next. And until next time, Godspeed.